Welcome, everybody, to It Tastes Different Gaming News. What's in the news today? Well, Ubisoft, Ubi'd again. Yeah, I think we all know what that means. All right, before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notifications button, all those good things to help keep you up to date with everything we'd like to talk about, video games. All right, and also before we start, let's have a joke of the day. Go ahead, Pat. Well, he fucked that up. All right, so let's jump to the show. As we can see, Prince of Persia, the remake, has been canceled, along with 5 other games, as part of and I love political talk in business industry, major organization reset. Yeah. So Ubisoft is canceling 6 games in development, including its troubled remake, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. The publisher is also delaying 7 other games in its development pipeline. As reported by Video Game Chronicle, Ubisoft had held a call with Select Media to announce it's undergoing a major organizational operational portfolio reset. It just sounds like horse shit. It plans to accomplish this via 3 pillars. I'm going to do this with my political fingers here. New operating model, a refocused portfolio with a meaningful revised 3-year, and the resiting of the organization. Yeah. A press release states that Ubisoft's strategic decision to undertake this major reset is driven by the continued shift toward a persistently more selective AAA market and an increasingly competitive shooter landscape, combined with the growing challenge for publishers to create brands in context of higher cost. Nevertheless, when successful, exceptional AAA content has more financial potential than ever. While the last year's progress with its production process translated into improved levels of quality for Ubisoft games in 2025. Today's market environment requires the group step changes how it is organized and operates with a view to delivering exceptional games quality at more competitive costs. The new operating model will center on 5 creative houses, each responsible for various Ubisoft IPs and possessing expertise in distinct genres, including its new subsidiary, Vantage Studios. I didn't know they got that. This simplified structure is designed to facilitate execution at the company's strategy to focus more on an open world adventure and gas native experiences. I think somebody's got some tummy problems. Supported by targeted okay. Thank you. I thought it was just a gas thing.
No flashlights here. They forgot to take their Beano.
They forgot their Beano. Supported by targeted investments, deeper specialization, and cutting-edge technology, including accelerated investments behind player-facing generative AI. This new organizational structure will begin in early April. After Ubisoft conducted a thorough portfolio review, it was decided that Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake will be unremaked. This game was first announced in September 2020 with a 21 launch day and was originally held by Ubisoft Indian Studios, Mumbai, and Pune. Can't believe Pune failed. After suffering a pair of delays, development shifted to Ubisoft Montreal in 2022. During Ubisoft Forward in 2024, the Sands of Time remake resurfaced with a 26 launch window. Its most recent update came in June 2025 with a social media post reconfirming the game's continued development. There's a bit more in here, but I think it's all crap. Additionally, Ubisoft is delaying 7 unannounced games in order to ensure enhanced quality benchmarks are fully met and maximize long-term jargon, long-term value creation. One of the games was slated to launch in fiscal year 26, will now arrive during 27. Well, we don't know what these projects are yet. One of them is reportedly the heavily rumored, but not officially confirmed, the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is being remade for like 20 years now. I'm done with Ubisoft. Let me just close this because it's just ridiculous. Now, on the brighter side, before we jump to all the negativity with these two, there is some good news. So let me pull this one out if I don't screw this up. I screwed it up. Piece of shit. It doesn't show me that.
I will say, if you can't show the screen in reading mode, don't show it at all, because if we ever do get monetization, we can't be monetized on the videos that show advertisements in them. I don't think we'll ever get monetized, but
well, it won't even let me show that fucking screen now.
Just talk about it.
I'm just going to start here. But the good news is Pat will be very happy because Good and Evil 2 is too big to fail. It's too good and too evil to fail. So
you mean they pumped too much money into that fat whale to cancel it, right? We've already spent too much money.
It's pretty much what it comes down to. The rumor is that it's still in production. And basically, like Pat said, it's still alive because they threw too much at it already. They got to try to recoup something from it. Now, I can't remember the last time the trailer was shown for it. I bet it was at least 3-4 years. So that's sad. But, there is some hope. Not everything at Ubisoft is being canceled, and not everything is Assassin's Creed or Rainbow Six. So there's that going for it. The rumor is it's around $500 million is what they've dumped into Good and Evil so far. So, that's just a drop in the bucket. It's not like they're going to cancel a whole bunch of other games and fire a bunch of people or lay them off just because they're putting all that money in there. Oh, wait a minute. They are. So maybe it's not all good news. But let's jump to these two fellers and discuss Prince of Persia is a classic, and I was really looking forward to it. I wasn't expecting much, but I was looking forward to it. Let's jump to these guys and see what they think about Ubisoft canceling and deleting and delaying and basically Ubisoft and the crap out of this thing. So let's go to Pat since he didn't get the joke.
Well, the joke now is that I guess for a while now, Beyond Good and Evil 2 has been the most delayed video game of all time, right? So they win that title because it was once held by Duke Nukem Forever, which had it for 14 years.
Yes. Okay. Yep. I was thinking Duke was there.
Yeah, but but now Beyond Good and Evil was announced in 2008. Yeah, 2008
feels like yesterday.
We have 2 more years, and that will be a 20-year announcement. 20 years ago, this game was announced. You know what's going to happen? This game will either get canceled, and the game that will beat it is Robert Space Industries' game that he's been working on and raising money forever.
Star Citizen.
Yeah,
that or this game will be in development limbo forever.
Yeah, forever.
And never come out.
It'll never
get canceled. It'll just never come out.
Yeah. Yeah, and the only reason they're saying it's not canceled is because it was still on their books, right? I think is what they were showing. It's still got a development track in their budget. So it is Ubisoft. The only games we know for sure that got canceled was the Prince of Persia and some other unannounced games, right? Ubisoft I'm surprised they've not been flushed yet. They've been swirling the bowl for a while, with talks of being taken over, all kinds of stuff, right?
Weren't they rumored to be parting with Tencent at one point.
Didn't Tencent buy a chunk of stake of the
did.
company?
Tencent bought a chunk of their shares.
Yeah,
Not enough to own them, I don't believe.
All right,
though.
not yet. No, not yet. But I think there's been talks of more being bought out, even more. But I mean, what has Ubisoft done good here lately? I mean, really, what have they done good? I can't think of any. Their Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I don't know how many people played that. I bought it when it was on sale at 50% off on Steam. Boring as hell, in my opinion. I have played maybe a couple hours into it, and I just feel bored with the game. It's more of the same. It's just samurai and ninja, I should say, because you're flip flopping back and forth, right? Outlaws was meh. I played it because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I had to get it, right? I did not play the latest Anno series that they put out, the Pax Romana one. And I did like Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. That was actually a really good game. The one that they were like, oh, this is a failure for us. In my opinion, I'm not a platformer fan, and these guys will tell you I don't really like platformer games. Some will come out every now and then, just catches my attention. Like Ori caught my attention, those games. And then the Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown was a really good game they put out, but then they decided, it wasn't good enough. So, screw that series. And now they've canceled the remake, the Sands of Time remake. And I'm like, that was probably going to be pretty good. I liked Skull and Bones, but these guys did not. So we really didn't play much of it. I played quite a bit of it, but these guys didn't want to play. So I was out on all the group content. So I didn't play anymore.
It's Avatar hard game, playing a boat.
The Avatar game was kind of lame, in my opinion. Frontiers of Pandora. We played our weight in gold of Rainbow Six Siege.
Yep.
I like the Division 2, but I mean, Ubisoft is just kind of stuck in this rut where they're just like, we're just going to keep doing what we were doing before. And I think fans are kind of bored with the status quo of Ubisoft. The stuff that they are getting people excited for, we just heard that they gutted this. They stripped out people from the studio. They have been talking about the Division 3 again here recently in the game media. And I'm like, oh, those sound like some really good changes. And then we're like, hey, we're restructuring and we've kind of gutted the studio that was making Division 3. I'm like, well, way to shit on that bed right there. Way to Amber Heard that bed, guys. There's your joke, Shane. So I don't know what Ubisoft almost feels like the company that wakes up every morning and says, hold my beer. How can I outdo the day before? Because we talked about them last week where we were like, hey, they shut down the studio that had just unionized, but we had these reasons. And it was, the voluntary, riff, if you will, where we asked people to take the voluntary severance, and there wasn't enough people taking it, so we had to do this anyway. Really, so I mean, that makes it really hard to prove if it was unionization retaliation, right? So if they unionized and then they retaliated, it's going to be really hard to prove because of all they were doing. But anymore, it just seems like we're always talking about Ubisoft on our little podcast here, and it's never anything good anymore. It's always something shady or bad that they're doing, or what. I don't know. To me, they've lost direction. They're not. They found a hit with Assassin's Creed, and they just kept going with it. They're like, this horse is a pile of bloody pudding. There's no bones left anymore, and they're just beating the hell out of that thing still. Just beating it. It's no more like crunches occasionally. It's all just fun. That's all you hear anymore. That horse is just goo. But they're going to figure out a way to keep going.
A little deep in that.
But I don't know what to do with these guys. They used to be a great studio, and now it's all negative. I don't remember talking about EA this much when they were like swirling the bowl. I don't remember talking about them this much, but I don't know. I was excited. I was excited for Division 3. They kind of got me excited for it, and I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do with Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, because I liked the Prince of Persia game, and what they had done with the Lost Crown really was. I really liked it. So, but I don't know. I feel they've lost their way. I'm not interested in anything that they have upcoming. I mean, at this point, I have no idea what the hell Beyond Good and Evil 2 is going to be about. If the game is going to be in development for 20 years, how many times does it change directions? It's going to be nothing but a loot box game by the time it comes out.
It's all about animal husbandry now.
Yeah, it's a slot machine at this point, Pull the slot machine, see what you get. What do we got?
It'll be an extraction shooter.
Yeah, extraction shooter with a monkey. I don't know, Nick.
Don't
what do you think?
Give him ideals.
No, I mean it's
gonna go back to the drawing board again. So we're in another 5 years of development, right? So what do you think, Nick? What is your thought on Ubisoft always being negative, and then all the canceled games, but the one game that everybody thinks is canceled already is not canceled?
Not yet.
It's
not canceled yet.
It's got to reach $1 billion or $1 billion in investment before they cancel it.
Yeah,
it's holding on to that lid pretty tight.
Yeah. No, it sounds like, from what they said, they're moving over to games as a service. So they're looking to basically, it sounds to me like they're looking to pivot to being
with that Fortnite money, yo.
Yeah. Where they release, the upcoming games from them will not be like storied single player adventures. They're going to be like the X Defiant and
Well, have
Rainbow
that one
Six Siege and
what's that one Giants game or whatever that they're making?
The March of Giants.
March of Giants.
That one they bought. They bought that company. That's a MOBA.
That's their focus.
About that. Yeah. So I mean that is their focus, right? Their focus is on they talked about the competitive shooter market. They talked about the monetization different monetization options. Competitive pricing. So that just means monetization, like looking at free to play with battle pass and cosmetics and things like that, or maybe a low entry fee, but also accompanied with, battle pass and things of that nature, subscription based stuff. So that's what they're looking at. So I would assume that the next slew of games, I would assume that the games that they canceled were all their single player story-driven games like Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake and whatever unannounced game that they've done, and really is going to churn out more of these games as a service, right? And Ubisoft has been very they have two. Because I think For Honor is still going on, right? I don't know how much people play that, but that's the servers are still up online. Siege is really popular still, right, for them. But I think they've had more unsuccessful games as a service games than they have had successful ones, right? So they've had a lot of looter shooter, or not looter shooters, but battle royale type games that have come and gone, or competitive shooter games. Like I said, X Defiant, they had another one. I can't remember. It was called Hyper something or other. It was a battle royale game that they made that didn't last very long.
And that weird Riders Republic thing. What was that one?
Yeah, Riders Republic. That was
in Brawlhalla.
Extreme game.
Yeah, Brawlhalla is still going on, right?
Yep.
I think people still play Brawlhalla.
Mm.
Riders Republic was basically they took Steep, which I enjoyed Steep.
Yeah.
And then they said, how can we fuck up Steep? And they made Riders Republic.
They went steeper right to the top.
And the game I liked you guys didn't like was Skull and Bones. That was a live service game as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like Ubisoft has these these ideas of just unobtainable, they're reaching for this unattainable thing, and they'll keep fucking things over until they get to whatever, right? And they'll cancel projects. They'll invest a bunch of money into projects, and if they don't succeed, they'll just scrap it and then make the game again, calling it something else under another one of the IPs they own, and drop it out there, And you're seeing a lot of developers do this too, right? Bungie with Marathon. Right, that's going to be another extraction shooter. This is a different company, but Marathon is coming out as a I mean, you can already pre-purchase Marathon. I think it's a $60 or $50 game. No, it's a $40 game. Sorry, $40 game. That's going to be a hard sell for people, right? It's just, and I'm afraid that Ubisoft is going to go down that same route, right? Bungie's already not doing so well for them, and Ubisoft. I mean, I don't know. I looked at their recent games, and I can't think of a game that they played or that they released recently that's been good, right? I haven't played the new Assassin's Creed Shadows. But I suspect it's the same as every other Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
Especially their lately ones. Anno is always a fun series. I've heard the new one's pretty good, but I haven't played it. So it can be a fun. Some of the Anno ones are good and some are all right. But
I think the Pax Romana is getting fairly decent reviews.
Yeah, I think it was getting decent reviews. So I don't think you'll see a lot of games coming out from Ubisoft that are going to be those single player experiences or anything like that. That Ubisoft is most known for, or at least it used to be. They're going to, they're pivoting to basically become like Activision. They're going to have a games as a service game come out every single year or something like that, right? Or create one and just ride with it. Like, we talked about the new Ghost Recon that they're supposedly making. We talked about that one a while back, and it sounded like that one was going to go back to like old Ghost Recon. You know what I'm saying? Like the old gritty style. But I bet you that's either one of the canceled games or that's going to turn into a games as a service game.
Like
it's going to be like the last two, right? It might be more gritty and like first person or something like that, but it's still going to be a games as a service. They might turn it into an extraction shooter. You got to go in and get the cocaine from the bad guys, right? Or something like that. While you're fighting other cartels that are in the area, right? Other military ops that are in the area, and you all got to go after the bad guy and get the cocaine, and whoever wins,
That's right. We got all the cocaine. Like party time.
Yeah, I'm Scarface.
The Ghost Recon Wetlands was only fun because of the cooperative about it. It's Wildlands, by the way, if you want to look it up. Somebody here called it Wetlands one time, and we stuck with it. But that was
it was more fun to fuck off than play that game.
Exactly.
Yes, playing it straight was boring. Fucking off and it was fun. Driving a Lamborghini up a mountain was fun.
I love the Lamborghini mountains. It was a game I think they should have tried. But the problem is they didn't learn from that game. They didn't learn from the gamers about that game. And then they made a sequel that doubled down on everything that gamers didn't want. In my opinion, I felt it was just a disaster of what it should have been, and it was technically garbage when it launched.
But they made another one of those though, too, right? I mean, what was the one after Wetlands that they made?
The
like
Breakpoint.
Breakpoint.
Yeah. And Breakpoint was a buggy freaking mess when it came out.
Oh yeah. I mean, even the beta we tried was horse crap, and then when it launched, it was horse crap with peanuts. I mean, it was just,
and it wasn't even that fun to play. We played that less than Wetlands.
I don't even think we made it through the introduction. I think it was that bad. Ubisoft, I've said it 1,000 times. It used to be a recognizable game name that meant fun games, great storytelling, and it really used to be a storytelling company. Even with Rainbow Six Vegas, amazingly fun multiplayer, but it was still story driven. It was still everything you wanted in a shooter like that. But they're chasing the Fortnite money, and like they all are, it's not just on them. I mean, they're all doing it. I mean, it's sad, but if you swing 1,000 times and you only hit once, you better make sure that 999 was worth it, because they're just killing themselves
anymore. That one hit is worth it, right? It seems to be.
but let me ask you, and we can talk about that.
But you got to
another
get the
point,
hit,
but-
though, right? You've got to
Yeah,
get the
but
hit.
you-
If you don't get the hit, then you go broke trying.
Yes.
Right.
Well, no, you don't go broke. The people you just fired and laid off because of your decisions,
They go
just,
broke, right?
They go broke. Yeah, the other guy's got insurance, so it's heart wrenching to see.
You mean the
what
golden
Ubisoft has done.
parachute? Close down
Yes.
a bunch of stores and get $34 billion.
Oh, I wish they were golden, and I wish they would get thrown out of windows. Be honest,
Solid gold.
It
went open.
Oh,
There you go.
It's sad to see what's become of Ubisoft. It's sad to see what's become of a lot of gaming companies, because a lot of gaming companies are doing the exact same thing. And it's hard to just pick on Ubisoft when you see Square Enix doing it, EA doing it, Activision. Even companies like Capcom have been, chasing that around a little bit with games like Dino Crisis Letdown, whatever that freaking game was.
Oh, Exoprimal.
Exoprimal, yeah. I like Dino Crisis Letdown.
That was a shitty game.
It was, but they're all barking up that tree, and just as an old gamer, they got to go back to the roots. They just have to, because I don't think the roots cost that much. I really don't. But that's just me. So, but you guys,
it's just hurting.
Else?
It's just hurting. Not necessarily. The developers, right? The people that they employ and the gamers, right? It's just really hurting the whole, not just Ubisoft, but like you were talking about with all the following the Fortnite money, chasing that around, like just anymore, like big developers, depending on the game. I still play games from big developers, but like certain ones, I'm really wary about what they produce, right? And what they're coming out with. Cause I'm like, I don't know. I mean, half of them are trying to chase that Fortnite around, and it's like, how many times can we play a different version of the same battle royale or the same extraction shooter or whatever? Extraction shooters are really popular right now, so we're going to get a slew of those. Arc Raiders kind of did that. Extraction shooters always been there, but Arc Raiders kind of really threw it in there because Arc Raiders is fun. But now we're going to get Marathon as an extraction shooter. We're going to get a shit ton of them. It's going to flood the market with. There's another one that I can't think of at the moment. That's coming out too.
It's just.
There's a lot. There's like Hunt. There's tons of them.
Yeah, there's Hunt. Yeah,
and you can.
There's a lot of them out there, but
yeah, you can look at it, and the only difference is you will see is character models, because they look and run, and they all feel the same when you watch them. It's sad.
Yeah. And not to say that those games aren't fun, but they're only fun for a certain period of time. And it's like, how many times can you do the same thing over and over again?
And don't take this the wrong way, anybody, but I think Fortnite killed the gaming industry. In my opinion,
I think when they talk about
video killed the radio star, huh?
Yep. Looter shooter
Fortnite
killed the radio star.
But I mean, like,
everybody is chasing that dream. All the major gaming companies out there are chasing that dream now. That's it.
And so the thing that sucks about like
now
Arc Raiders,
we get cookie cutter games.
Yeah, the thing that sucks about like Arc Raiders or like Hunt, Showdown, or any of those, or even like the Battle Royale games, is they almost like mobile games. They get those whales in those games that, and now those aren't, you can't buy a lot to like win, but I mean, they go in and they get those people addicted. It's almost like gambling. They get the people addicted to it, and they go in and they buy every cosmetic and every pack and everything like that. And that's how that game just makes a shit ton of money. And it's by making those people addicted to, because really when you come down to it, without the cosmetics and stuff, like, yeah, the games are fun. Like Hunt Showdown's a fun game. We played it for a couple weekends or a weekend or something like that, right? It's a fun game. But again, and it's kind of like Arc Raiders. Me and Pat played a ton of Arc Raiders, but we haven't played it in a while, right? And it's just like, it's a fun game. We enjoy it. But how many times can you repeat the same thing over and over again, right? It's like after a while, you kind of get bored of doing the same stuff over and over. And it's like, until they bring out new content, then maybe we'll come back and stuff like that. But like, I typically in those games, I enjoy them sometimes for very short periods, but I hardly ever, if ever, buy any of the, packs or stuff. Not to say I don't. Sometimes I do, but very rarely does that happen. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, I think you might be right, Shane. Like, Fortnite definitely hurt more than helped the industry, right? As far as gamers, right? Maybe definitely helped Epic and some of those others that got on the train early, but for gamers and developers out there, it really kind of hurt them, especially the developers that are a part of those big studios that are trying to chase that.
Yep. Got to stop chasing that white rabbit because you're just not catching it. Sorry, George.
We're going to catch it.
All right. Well, you guys made it to the end. Let us know what you think. Ubisoft used to be the gaming company, and now it's a gaming company. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Tell us how you feel about the Prince of Persia being canceled. I'm personally kind of bummed because I always loved the series, and the last game was top freaking notch. It was kind of a departure from the last few games that they made, but I think that's what made it great, as they didn't follow the standard formula. But let us know in the comments below what you think Ubisoft's future really is going to entail. Because I personally think it's going to entail the mighty flush here soon, personally. So, but let us know what you think in the comments below. And like I said at the beginning, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, notifications, all those good buttons that help keep you up to date with what we like to talk about. Video games. See ya.